All right, to draw 3 steps in direction southeast, let's go ahead and put 2 dots straight across from each other. 2 dots straight across from each other here. I got to make sure on your computer screen that it's the same as on my drawing table, because my drawing table is a little slanted. And these first 4 lines, put your finger right there, right in the middle, put a dot above and below your finger. These first 4 angles of this foreshortened square are so important when you're drawing buildings and objects with square edges. Okay, so let's really concentrate on creating this nice foreshortened square. Now remember, we're going to build this whole image on the idea of this box in these directions here, southeast and southwest and northeast and northwest. So the steps that we're about to draw with this foreshortened, this will be our top step. So we're going to draw these steps coming down here in direction southeast. All the steps will be pointed in this direction. If you took a compass, a round compass, and you squished it, you foreshortened, you took the compass and you laid it down, this is the direction right here, southeast. So let's draw this. Go ahead and draw your vertical line, the middle line is going to be a little bit longer. Now these lines line up with the side of your computer, okay, the side of your computer screen, vertical, straight up and down. Now, using this line here as your guide, we're going to be using this a lot, southeast. See this line coming down that direction, southeast. This line, I'm going to draw the first step. Okay, I'm going to make it a little bit longer than this, a little bit bigger. It's going to be bigger as it comes towards you. And then a vertical line. See, I always go back to my line, using my reference line here. Once again, my eye goes to here, goes to here. Let's do the third step. I'm going to make this one even longer. This is the smaller, a little bit longer still because it's coming towards you. Okay, so these 3 lines are the most important. 1, 2, 3, and they all line up. If you take your pencil, they all line up in the same position. Okay, now I'm going to move this up just a bit so you can see what I'm doing, position it better. Now, the bottom line, this is fun. This is going to be larger as it comes toward you. Using that again as a reference, see this? We're going to shape the bottom of your step. Vertical line here, and we'll darken it in, make sure it matches, and make sure you're pleased with the angle, make sure it looks good. And then I'm going to go ahead and darken that angle in. And it's matching the top. I like that. Now, I'm going to pull back the camera just a little bit, just a smidgen. Zoom out. Right there's good. Because I'm going to turn the corner. Now, watch how I do this. Make sure this is straight up and down, okay? Now, turning the corner, I'm going to shoot these lines up, coming off into this direction. See this? Following the guideline here. See this? Following, you know, going back here. These are direction northeast. All these lines going up at that angle. See this? They all match that top angle. Going back to the first. And they're going to get a little bit larger as they come towards you. All right. Now, here's 1, 2, 3 steps, and they're all aiming down in this direction, coming down here in direction southwest. Now, we'll start with the near step and get smaller as we move away. This near step is going to be larger, so I'll draw the vertical line right here. We'll clean that up line later. Turn the corner, following this line, turning the corner. Here's your line coming down here in direction southeast. Okay, now this step is a vertical, straight up and down, make sure it matches. This alignment is probably the most important point of this, alignment. Using this line as a reference to draw that. Okay, now, this line going back to this corner. Now this is the tricky part, making sure that when you connect these lines, it's a nice slant and it matches. If it doesn't, you can keep working that point out here. Make sure it matches. Now look at, we completed the 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, and I'm very pleased with the angle. They all come down here in this direction, in direction, losing our drawing compass, direction